Well, hi for Nye. This week has been the kind of week where you've got friends coming around and you're charged with downloading a film from Netflix in advance. Now, no one gave any suggestions, but you know it can't be gory because one of your friends gets panic attacks just from looking at ketchup-covered cutlery. You've left it a bit too late to really read all of the descriptions, but as you're skimming through, you spot the face of Morgan Freeman. Now, that guy plays God, Mandela, and does voiceovers for penguins. The guy's pretty much perfect. So you download what you guess must be a new, modern, action-packed adaptation of Snow White, catchily entitled 7. 2 hours later, you're sitting alone in a wasteland of thrown food, smashed crockery, and still reeling from your friend's revelation that they are never talking to you again. You know what I mean?
The Graticast. Episode 15. Seeking a Sign.
You see, tell me if you've ever had this. Your mind briefly considers something, maybe a new job or a new home or asking a friend out on a date, and then suddenly, whether you like it or not, you start seeing signs. Maybe you spot a vacancy for a bird sanctuary in the local paper, just as an owl lands on a branch outside your window. Maybe you're looking at houses on the internet, and you suddenly notice that the postcode of one you're interested in is almost a perfect anagram of your car's number plate. Or you see that friend you're interested in innocently standing over by a national lottery poster, only in such a way that obscures the word me, leaving just, "it could be." Now, there are 2 possible explanations for this. My child, you are witnessing divine intervention. Your prayers for guidance are being answered by God/fate/the Force. Go forth and make this decision, safe in the knowledge that it is holy sanctioned. Safe in the knowledge that the decision is holy and sanctioned. Or there is the scientific alternative. You see, when events happen that are not causally linked, we call them coincidences. However, sometimes our brains may still link events by meaning. In this case, I call it synchronicity. It is perhaps similar to the principle of confirmation bias, which is the process by which the brain only looks for information that confirms what you already believe. However, I prefer the term synchronicity, because after all, you are only young once. Yeah? Oh, never mind. Now, whichever you believe, it should be quite useful for helping you make a choice, shouldn't it? I mean, whether it's a holy power directing you, or your own subconscious subtly letting you know your preference, clearly it's the decision you're meant to make, right? But what if it goes wrong? The boss doesn't hire you, the landlord doesn't like you, the potential partner bursts into laughter and then says, "Wait, you're serious?" That would be similar to the situation I had this week. Now, normally this would be the point at which the synchronicity stops, right? God, or your brain, realizes there's not much point trying to get you to make a decision that obviously can't happen, and so perhaps encourages you to treat it as a learning experience. But for me, the signs didn't stop. Walking past a pub while they're playing a hit song by one of my favourite bands maybe isn't too big a deal, even if the song is kind of relevant to the decision. But walking past the same pub minutes later when they're playing a really obscure song by a different band I like, which is even more relevant, now that's spooky. As is being on the train with a friend and describing my problem to them, and just coming to the end of that discussion when we pull into a station with a particular poster on the wall that's actually 3 months out of date and which screams the problem in my ear. Why would God keep telling me this is what's meant to be? Why would my brain keep telling me this is the solution when I know now it can't be? It's more like the world is saying,
And here's what you could have won.
That could have seriously ruined my whole week. Then again, maybe that choice isn't open to you anymore, but that doesn't mean the decision needs to be left alone. Clearly this is a big deal, a character-defining deal, and knowing a little more about yourself can only be a good thing. Like, if you felt drawn to a new house or a new job, maybe that was just a sign you need a change, bird sanctuary or no bird sanctuary. So yeah, this week I'm grateful to the angels, or the psychology, or perhaps even both, for helping me work out what's really important to me. Because getting your priorities straight is the first step towards cutting back on pointless activities and living a more meaningful life. So, let's see what you folks have been grateful for this week. On Twitter, Jason Rutch, or possibly Roosh, was surprised to find his Wells Fargo credit card declined. Calling them up, he was told he had 59 charges for over $10,000. So he was incredibly grateful to WF for putting it right for him. Now there's a bank we like. Now when a barista asked Sydney Rowland if she'd had a rough weekend, her answer was, "Dude, you don't even know." So what did he do? Cheer her up by designing a flower into the top of her drink. Nice one, mate. And Tylin Smith wants to thank all the guys who've been complimenting her decision to sport her natural hair colour. Now I'm not sure which of the cuties in this photo is Tylin, or even if either hair colour here is natural, but you have to agree, they look good all the same. And over on Facebook, Amy from Suffolk seems to have been grateful for the suggestions that YouTube makes for what to watch next. This has brought her to such joyous videos as tap dancers in fat suits, and also the great Victoria Wood performing her song Count Your Blessings. And I feel like a good laugh this week, so let's make that this week's Gratitune. I'll make sure you get a link to the whole song right at the end of this video. Thanks for sharing your blessings, guys. Please keep sharing them by commenting here or following the link to your favourite social media below. And please don't forget to click like on this video and share it with all your friends. You'll be helping us to promote positivity and raise money from advertisers and sponsors to fight the dreadful disease of ME. So finally, thank you for watching. Before I leave you though, one last thing. If you ever find that the signs are all wrong, remember, all roads lead to Rome, so who needs signs anyway? Stay thankful, and ciao for now.
Count your blessings while you've got the chance.